Have you ever wondered how to ensure your rental property investment pays off big? Today, I'm breaking down the must-know metrics and tools that will help you make smart, profitable decisions, and stay tuned to the end to not miss game-changing advice. Investing in rental property for beginners can be challenging, but like any type of real estate investing, the path to success starts by understanding your investment strategy and then conducting a thorough market analysis. A long-term rental market analysis, or RMA, involves two things: gathering data and analyzing it. First, we have to identify a market that you would like to research and buy a rental property in. Second, you analyze the market for long-term rentals and gather information on rental prices, vacancies, and demand to ensure the property gives a good return on investment. So what is long-term rental property? A long-term rental property, or LTR, is where the lease is typically for 12 months or more. In general, tenants in a long-term rental property pay utilities on top of monthly rent payments. The difference between a long-term versus medium-term or even short-term rental properties is the lease length. Typically, short-term rentals are calculated on a daily or weekly basis, while medium-term is typically between 1 month and a year. What are the benefits of long-term investing? Long-term rentals have many benefits. For example, the long-term rental properties offer landlords a steady source of rental income and fewer expenses. Additionally, it may be relatively easy to arrange financing, and typically the tenants care for the day-to-day upkeep of the rental property itself. However, before becoming a successful landlord, you must know how to buy a rental property that will provide a good ROI. Let's talk over the rental market analysis. An accurate rental market analysis is crucial if you invest in real estate for short-term, mid-term, or long-term. The RMA involves assessing more than comparable properties and neighborhoods. It involves knowing how a local real estate market performs, its economic, employment, social, and ecological health to assess the rental potential of a specific property. A rental analysis of a local housing market should make relatively accurate rental estimates. For example, if there is a demand for rental housing, how much rent can you charge? Will rental payments cover your real estate loan, maintenance costs, and property taxes? Will you need to use a property management company? Other factors in a comprehensive real estate market analysis include the following: your cash-on-cash return. This is a way to calculate the annual pre-tax cash flow relative to the total amount of cash invested. It helps to determine an ROI of a rental property. Learn how to calculate the cash-on-cash return. Then you have the price-to-rent ratio. This is a real estate finance metric to forecast potential demand for a rental property in a local market. Ideally, the rent ratio should be high for a real estate investor. Capitalization rate, or cap rate. This useful metric can help evaluate rental costs of similar properties. The cap rate helps to compare the annual return you could expect from a specific rental property with comparable rental properties in the area. Vacancy rates. It is crucial to estimate vacancy rates because they directly impact your monthly income from rent payments. The more desirable the property, the lower the vacancy rate you can expect. The RMA is similar to a comparative market analysis to identify potential profitable properties. However, it also takes into account the health of the local rental market itself. A couple really good tools to use are the BiggerPockets rental property calculators. Using the right tools are crucial when making a rental property investment, and the BiggerPockets calculators are a great way to analyze the health of a specific real estate market. When investing in rental properties specifically, you must calculate three critical metrics: the amount of rental income you can expect, the total cost of the investment put in, and property appreciation. Monthly expenses such as HOA fees and specific types of insurance are also factored into the calculators. Now let's cover how to calculate rent estimates before buying the rental property. Seasoned rental property investors use a trusted rental property calculator to determine the profitability of a real estate investment property. This useful tool can help you identify suitable properties that meet your investment criteria if you are considering the long-term rental market. These are called your buy box. The BiggerPockets rental calculator gives you a projected monthly rental income based on some following metrics: rental demand in the neighborhood, property costs, loan repayments, property value, and expected income from your rents. And you also have to factor in cost of insurance, utilities, and maintenance. So after entering the relevant data, the rental property analysis will show the following information: projected returns, including cash-on-cash return, net operating income, or NOI, pro forma cap, and purchase cap, projected expenses based on the 50% rule. You can use the Bigger Pockets calculator to help identify comparable properties in the same neighborhood. Or you could analyze comparable properties in different cities. Then there's the Bigger Pockets BRRRR Investing Calculator. The BRRRR Investing Calculator is a unique and powerful tool for buying an investment property to rehab. This tool ensures you never overpay for a fixer-upper that you plan to rent out. Rental ROI calculations are based on the following criteria: property address and the annual taxes, purchase information including estimated rehab and repair costs, rental information including projected monthly carrying costs or expenses associated with owning and maintaining the property. The calculator provides detailed information on the profitability of the potential rental investment property. Then you have the Bigger Pockets Home Loan Calculator. Suppose you use a conventional loan for real estate financing. In that case, a mortgage calculator is invaluable in determining how much you can afford. This tool calculates your monthly loan repayment based on the loan amount, the term, your interest rate, and other associated closing costs. Before we get to the fun part of discussing how to analyze long-term rental markets, I ask that you hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, as that lets me know which content you'd like to see more of. Now let's get to the fun part: how to analyze the long-term rental markets. A detailed real estate market analysis is key to buying a rental property that will make you money. This process is vitally important if you want to assess a potential investment property for long-term rental. At the end of the analysis, you'll have a clear picture of the local market. This information will help determine if purchasing a particular property for long-term renting makes financial sense. Number 1, choose the best long-term rental market research tools. The first real estate market analysis step is identifying the right tools. You should have access to real estate listing websites to help you find comparable property data. This is like Zillow or realtor.com. Here are a few tools you can use: Bigger Pockets real estate listing website that also shows foreclosures, software like PropStream or Privy that gives you data that you can help run comparable properties similar to the buy box that you're looking for. Not always up to date, but very good nonetheless. And then you can also use property listing websites like realtor.com and Zillow, like I mentioned, but it's a lot more hard keying and usually a lot more steps. And number 2, evaluate the neighborhood. The next stage in a real estate market analysis is to check out the desirability of the particular neighborhood you're looking for. Assessing the area will give you a clear indication of rental demand, property appreciation, and potential to attract good tenants. Here are some factors that affect a neighborhood's desirability: ratings of local schools, a walkability score, or how often you can get to local amenities, access to those amenities, shopping and local attractions, good access to public transport if you're around a university, trends in population growth to help predict future demand, and job market health and potential for future growth. And then there's the quality of life rating. Of course, the health of a neighborhood doesn't always mean a profitable investment, but it's an indicator of how easy it will be to attract your tenants. Number 3, analyze all the information about the long-term rental property. When investing in real estate with a buy and hold strategy, you need your properties to increase or appreciate in value. Comparing historical home prices with current ones can give you an indication if property values in the neighborhood will increase or decrease. We investors use the price to rent ratio to evaluate rental demand. To calculate this figure, divide the purchase price by the total annual rent price for a particular home. Generally, a ratio of less than 15 indicates that it is a potentially profitable investment. Calculating the median home price is another step in the RMA process. A high median home price indicates a strong rental market in the area because it is more affordable to rent than buy. However, it can mean purchasing a property will be more expensive. One of the most important numbers to crunch is your projected cash flow and income from rents. To calculate rental return on investment, or your ROI, subtract the annual operating costs from your rental income. Then divide the figure by your mortgage value. Typically, anything more than 10% is excellent. 5 to 10% may be acceptable, depending on the rental market itself. And if you bought a rehab property, the ROI may be lower the first year. One final piece to understand is the importance of the 1% rule. You take the purchase price and multiply it by 1%. The resulting number should be the going rent for your particular property per month. If the surrounding comparable homes are renting for less, it is likely the home won't cash flow with the standard 20% down payment for a long-term rental in the first year. Suppose an investor is considering purchasing a rental property for $200,000. According to the 1% rule, the property should rent for at least $2,000 each month. Number 4, analyze rent comps for real estate investing. A robust rental market analysis should analyze comparable properties to find the best investment potential. This can help identify good investments and ensure that your rent price represents fair market value. To analyze the rental market, choose around 5 comparable properties. It is vital that the properties are in the same neighborhood, have the same number of bedrooms and baths, and have similar square footage. One thing to keep in mind is in Iowa, when you see square footage, it doesn't take into account the basement. You also need to compare the rent price per square foot of similar properties. Other considerations when assessing rental comparables include property condition, amenities, lot size, how big the yard is, type of neighborhood, including amenities and school zones, and the total days on market. Number 5, calculate the price per square foot. An important step in creating an accurate rental market analysis is calculating the price per square foot for the neighborhood. This step can be tricky because there's many variables that affect the average rent price. The comparable properties should be as close as possible to the property that you're considering. Does it have a pool? Is there a big backyard that's fenced in and great for pets? To calculate the average rental price per square foot, divide the square footage of the rental comp by your rental price. Now do the same for 4 or 5 additional comparable properties. Once you are finished, add the total of the average price per square foot together and divide by the number of properties. That'll give you the average. This figure helps you calculate the rental rates that you could achieve in a certain area. And this could be very different in each neighborhood, just right across one street from another. When analyzing comparable rental units in a particular market, adjusting the rental price per square foot for amenities is necessary. The amenities in a multifamily property can impact an overall rental price. Here are some examples of amenities in multifamily and some single-family buildings that can affect an RMA. Is there a parking lot with dedicated parking spaces? Is there a game room? Is there an on-site gym? Do the units have a balcony? Are there pet-friendly buildings? Is there a homeowners association? Do you have access to a pool or a spa? Are there any property upgrades? Does it have working air conditioning? And does it have hardwood floors? Tends to be a luxury item. The primary goal of a real estate market analysis is to compare rental properties that are as close as possible in terms of size, location, and these amenities. Number 6, get data on occupancy and vacancy rates for long-term stays. Knowing your vacancy and occupancy rates is crucial when analyzing a real estate market for long-term rents. They can be a good indicator of potential profit for a long-term rental. However, it's good to remember that various factors impact the occupancy rate of a particular property, such as the condition, rent price, and location. Although calculating the occupancy rate is typically used to assess the short-term rentals or multifamily buildings, it's useful for all real estate investors. For example, a rental property's high vacancy rate with a competitive rent price in a high demand area could indicate serious issues with this particular property. On the other hand, the issue could be with marketing or problems with the listing itself. Number 7, analyze the profitability of buying a property to rent. Once you have as much data as possible from your RMA, evaluating the sales prices of available properties is 100% necessary. Real estate investors know that not every property for sale is a good investment in a market, and many cheap properties for sale in a neighborhood could be a red flag regarding rental potential. If you have completed an accurate RMA, it should be straightforward to identify properties with excellent potential. The average rental rate per square foot can help determine positive cash flow potential for your investment property. For example, the cheapest available properties in a neighborhood may not generate the rent that you want if they lack amenities or are in poor condition. And remember, your bottom line is to generate the strongest return on your investment in the long run. Number 8, find the best deals. Successful real estate investors must use various methods to find good investment property. After identifying a local real estate rental market with excellent potential, it is necessary to interpret sales activities on rental comps. Here are some ways that rental property investors assess specific market trends. First, you want to network with local real estate agents. A local real estate agent can provide valuable insight on comparable properties. We can also help you discover new properties for sale that aren't yet listed. These are going to be a goldmine. Then you want to check out current sales. Look at pending sales for comparable properties and use the information to calculate the average sale price. Also gather data on closed sales to assess how the local real estate market is performing. Not every deal that goes pending will close. Then you have the days on market. A local real estate agent can give information on the number of days a property is on market. For example, a property that has not sold in several months could indicate that it is either overpriced or has serious issues. You'll also want to watch for price reductions. Try to determine why a listing's price was reduced. This information could negotiate a better purchase price and give vital insight into the local real estate market itself. So here are some warning signs that you have to look out for. It is good to be aware of signs that a specific real estate market is underperforming regarding long-term rentals specifically. For example, buying an investment property in a bad neighborhood could severely impact your cash flow. Additionally, the market value of a good property in the wrong place can decrease over time. Here are some red flags that you should look for another market. Poor local economy, high property taxes, stagnating population, high crime rate, low price to rent ratio. The local real estate market is a strong seller's market. Many properties in the neighborhood have a high days on market, and a high number of rentals in a particular neighborhood shows it will be difficult to attract good tenants. And of course, neighborhoods can change, and purchasing an investment property in an up-and-coming area could be a shrewd investment. But first, you must do your homework to learn about the development plans, new employment opportunities, and plans to improve the amenities. Analyzing the health of the market for long-term rentals is crucial to becoming a successful buy and hold investor. It is the best way to ensure you make money on rental property. A rental market analysis gives you valuable insights to find areas with excellent potential. Additionally, the analysis will help you identify the best investment properties in a particular market. If you liked this video and are looking to learn more about long-term rentals and growing your portfolio, I'll leave my number down below, so feel free to reach out anytime. I look forward to hearing from you.